there's most definitely a lot to unpack there, but I'll begin with Elongfi. So you guys come as a service and you set up the miners or the hotspots in certain locations, but with only a select few being rewarded with the HNT cryptocurrency based on the geography of the network, of like the location. Is that something you take into consideration when you come to like, maybe get more clients or come set up the hotspots at any kind of location?
Yeah, so there's a couple different things. There's different tools that Helium provides. There's different service providers now out there that are utilizing information from Google Earth and various sources to kind of predict some of that. There's definitely a lot that can be said for elevation and line of sight, and some of the things I mentioned. But really, honestly, there's been times where I've predicted. I remember there was one submission that we got, and part of the process would be for folks to send either like a picture or video of their view. And there was one that we saw, and it was like, what, it's not too high up. It's got a lot of brick buildings obstructing the view. I didn't think much of it. The elevation wasn't too high. Just there wasn't any specific thing that stood out for me. And I waited a while, and then I got to a point where that person was really interested. They started researching, and they're kind of like, I really think this can work, and I'm really motivated. And they reached back out, and they're just really nice, and I don't know, just had a feeling that day, and I was like, okay, let's just try it out. And with everyone, we do a 2-week period where we just set everything up and let it run and see how it does. And in that period, determine whether or not it makes sense. We give folks kind of an estimation of, hey, this is what it's going to look like. We know on our end, so both sides are kind of covered. And in that particular case, it ended up doing really well for a very, very long time. And those folks actually ultimately ended up moving, and now they have it at their new home as well. And yeah, you'd be surprised. Yeah, there's certainly a lot of different factors to consider that help us in making the decision, but a lot of times we have to just give it a shot. If we think that, one of the things that also matters is the number of folks in that hex. So what I mean by that is, like, if we zoomed in on this map, the entire planet is a bunch of hexes, and the number of the number of antennas within a hex can exceed a certain number depending on the location. There's not a specific rule to it, like one location can't have more than 5. There's locations that'll have 15 or 20, and they'll still have great rewards because they're still very high up, or they still can take on more antennas than other locations can. So that's another thing people have to mind. If one of the things that we've had to do and I think a really good quality of the network is the fact that I can't just put 10 of them in one place or 20 of them in one place. The rewards diminish, like they just scale all the way down, and you're not motivated to do that. The biggest incentives is extending the network, growing it, standing it up in places where there isn't any of the network. But that's a bit risky too, because then you don't have antennas near you to provide that proof of coverage for. So you're gonna have to be patient. You're gonna have to wait until others are in the area. If you're literally the lone wolf, that doesn't help you either. It really has to kind of be done in tandem with others being stood up in that area. If you just go to like a completely, like I just came back from Utah and Arizona, and I kept looking, I was like, wow, it's 4,000 feet in the air, and look at this, there's nothing out here. It's great if you can secure, a number of different locations and really be the first and create the network from scratch over there. But if not, that lone wolf thing's not going to work. You're just going to be sitting there, you're going to have that one hotspot, but it's not going to do anything as far as reward. So it really, there's a couple different things to kind of consider, but yeah, we do our best that we can, and if not, we just do the trial, do it for about 2 weeks, and kind of decide from there.
Okay, very cool.